Hey guys, what's up? So I wanted to go through a couple of these applications from people that are actively applying to jobs that we created in the past, just so I can give you a really good example of the good and the bad here. So let's go through them right now, just so you can kind of see where, a client's head is at when people are sending in these applications. So just starting at the top, we always see that like the best matches from Upwork are usually structured using their algorithm to, push them to the top using this best match. So normally I am kind of looking at the top people here, and looks like you can see from here that these are also boosted. So it's a best match and it's also boosted, which means that they put some money towards it, which is pretty interesting. But just kind of starting at the top, I'm just going to tell you like what I'm generally looking at right from the start. So obviously we have these tags in here. We see the picture. My first now, just so we know what the title of this is for, we were hiring to have an industrial designer draw up some plans for us. We have a new product coming out, and we were trying to find someone with a good fit here. We wound up hiring someone already, so this is already in the past. But let's just kind of go through, when we were looking at people, what we were who we were looking at. And so for this person, we saw that they boosted it, and these are the things that you really notice. You notice that they've never had a job before. 0 earned here, no hours worked. So that's kind of like an interesting thing, because they're boosting, but they haven't earned anything. So they're pretty hungry and want the work. And while we didn't go with this person, we did recognize that they were really trying to get this job, probably because they want to start their career on Upwork. And so that's pretty respectful. And the big thing right away also is, I didn't mean to click here. So hello, pleasure to meet you. My name is Work, and I have been working as an industrial designer for the past 12 years in the areas of high-end furniture, consumer electronics, homeware, camping sector. And you see how it's the ... So it definitely wants you to, make me want to click and see what the rest of it is that he's willing to see. So now it expands, and by clicking, it goes right into their proposal. So, here's the natural progression. That looks interesting, and I want to click in there, and it expands it into the rest of the profile. So you really want to be reluctant about being too repetitive from here and here. So just some FYI, you really want this to continue into this, and this should be a lot longer, because now you've already clicked from the original proposal and it got them into the profile. So this is the natural progression here. I suggest usually not, this is probably on the longer side in my opinion, even though it's super short. So I work under the company name, form and branch, blah, blah, blah. Like, this has nothing to do with what I want. And Work's new, so he probably doesn't know that. Maybe he's watching now, but this should be down here, because I don't care yet. I really just want to know what this person can do for me. And that's cool that they have this company, but it's definitely stuff that it allows you to put it right here, and he did, right? So be respectful of the client's time in such that you have to treat this as a sales funnel, and they're gonna get to that information if they want to seek out that information. Upwork gives you a lot of different space to put that information out there. I think that also, what we needed someone for was packaging and a product for, it was more in the, how do you say it? There's a type of industrial designer, I guess, more for like the products that we want. Like it's clothing, like kind of like a clothing. It's a more of like a towel type of thing. And we did say that in the original job post, but you know, we're talking about now like high-end furniture and this and that. It's too much about Rourke and less about, you know, what our needs are. What Rourke should have said is something like, you know, I can do what you need, and this is what I know about that thing, and I've, you know, and I'm experienced in that thing. Being experienced in something like plastic injection and molding and furniture, it has zero to do with what our needs were, which we kind of mapped out when we posted the job. So, you know, I think this type of information is great to put within the profile because it establishes credibility, authority, and all these things. But it doesn't really show that like he knows exactly what we need and he can deliver on that. So all of this other stuff is kind of moot because I don't really care. And we did need someone, you know, 3D CAD, industrial design, product design, but like this has nothing to do with our type of product. And you want to get specific with the product that they're putting out there and use that as an example to the best of your ability. What experience do you have in that? And are you confident that you can help with the particular project that we have? Now, just kind of going down the list here, you know, one of the big issues too is this portfolio seems to be lacking. It's just like one item in here, and I have to scan all the way to kind of see like, is there anything of relation to my product? Not really. Maybe this a little bit, but I would organize this better instead of just saying my company portfolio. Again, this is, no one cares, no offense, but no one cares about the company. We care about you and what you can do for us, and that's it. I'm really glad you have the company, but this should be like the different products that I have. So if you have something in furniture, cool. If you have something in clothing or cloth types of things, cool. If you have items in, you know, all these different sectors, make it super simple for the client to be able to navigate that and see, you know, exactly what they're gonna look at when they click on the portfolio items. Because again, it goes from the cover letter into the profile. So you want your profile to do a lot of the selling for you and not so much the initial cover letter, because that's not going to do it. We have to look at these things as funnel. The skills are fine. That seems about right. Industrial product designer consultation. I would see if there's more of these skills, like type that. There could be more stuff than consultation, like actual implementation and stuff like that. Then that becomes more searchable. So you want to be as searchable as possible, obviously. I mean, that's not really the exercise for this video, but you get my point. But those are some pretty red flags there, and that's probably why we didn't go with Upwork. So just some things to consider. We'll move down. I know we're at about 10 minutes, so we'll keep this video not an hour and a half long. But moving down to Gary from the United Kingdom. Hi, I'd be very interested in finding out more about your project. You can see some past project examples and information on our website at blah, 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 blah. And these links, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just clicking on this because I'm showing you guys, but I probably wouldn't even click on something like that, because this is a complete copy paste. It means he put in very little, if not any, effort into actually seeing what our needs are. And you know, if Gary's not kind of willing to put in the time and effort to see that, I'm probably not going to be putting in the time and effort to hire him. And this type of approach, I noticed that he boosted. He could have an agency and be more trying to scale his business. So I understand that he may have a team and they're just sending out proposals, but you know, the conversion rate's really low on those types of proposals. But as you see here, it's definitely copy and pasted. I don't even really feel like reading it to you guys. because it's just boring. It's of zero interest to me because, again, we're trying to hire people that can do a specific task and get that thing done in the shortest amount of time possible with the highest quality person possible. Notice the money thing is third in that line because the most expensive freelancer is the one that doesn't even know what they're doing. And I don't feel like Gary even knows what he's doing yet, and I don't even really care to find out because I'm not going to just click on a bunch of links I don't know and take me off the page. That's not part of the usability of Upwork, so you want to be cognizant of that. And then let's just, if I was to click on, if I was to be interested, in the past, blah, 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 just open this, full NPD, so how it works. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of bare bones. Notice that the cover letter is longer than the actual profile. And that's like that's the opposite of what I think that you should do. I think that you should have really short cover letters, show that you're a human, show that you looked at the job posting, and then this is your backstop with all of the information. But, Gary is not new. He has a bunch of earnings. He's done a lot of work. So, he's doing things right. That's for sure. So I'm not trying to bash Gary here, but I'm just trying to show you guys like the difference, I think, between, having a solid proposal and one that's going to get me like super excited for the work versus, one that's going to get just kind of passed over. And I also notice that, Gary doesn't have a JSS score yet, because if we move down, you can see this starts taking a major precedence in the JSS. So Gary doesn't have that yet. So I'm wondering, kind of why, what's going on there. He's new, but doesn't have a JSS. There's a couple different kind of red flags there. Let's just skip over to the non-boosted ones for now and show the top one that Upwork suggested that's not boosted. So this one actually was an invite. And by the way, you can also see here, once we get to Roberto, the top rated plus badge comes up, whoop, the JSS score. This is a big earnings, 49 per hour. So I know that it's boosted. I said I was going to skip over, but let's just look at this really quickly because this is interesting. Hello, my name is Roberto, product designer based in Southern California with 25 years experience designing consumer. This is my design consulting, blah, 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 blah. Now, again, this is even more copy paste than the other items. Zero chance of me clicking on all these different links. And you can see too how, Roberto's kind of has this in reverse, just like the last one. Like, this should be long and have all of this information here, because if I really want to find it and like know more about Roberto, I can click and do this. But I have, very little faith that they even checked out my job posting, and that's a problem. I know she was invited, Olga. She didn't specifically call out her needs, but do you see how short this is? And you see how that and you need. Here's my website. You can see my whole work. I will be glad to 3D model your product. I like how there's like somewhat of a call to action here, and it's short. And well, this is not that great. I would love for Olga to, oh wait, you know what? I'll go here. Yeah, it's still short. Olga, you got to add a lot more to this proposal. I mean, to your portfolio for sure. But you seem to be crushing it, so that's good. I would love to see how you're doing that. I mean, you have over 100K made, 383 jobs, 234. I mean, that's a lot of time, and you're with an agency. Yeah, so I mean, you're doing things right. I do like how short this is. I would say maybe these are specific to my needs, but yeah, not really. So I would say, yeah, maybe you put it here too. Yeah, do you see guys how this portfolio is broken up into a lot more items so I can see and click it? This is what I was talking about before. So there's just some food for thought there. I think my partner invited Olga, but let's go to one that's not invited. I want someone awesome. Okay, interesting. Hi, Adam, thanks for the invite. What is the product? Please note, I only work with soft goods. So, guys, like, I know she's answering an invite, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, I know that she at least is a human and not just copy and pasting, and that can go a long way. I also like that there's videos here. This is why, we probably invited her in the first place, because the intro video, that's just interesting too. Upwork skill certification, guys. That's something I'm definitely going to make a video on and do myself, but this is not the video for that. But do you see here, like, how she's making, see how short the cover letter is, and then see how much longer the profile is. I want to see. The problem is we invited a lot of people, so I'm just skipping over to see like the non-invited people. Hi Chris, I'm working with that. Yeah. Blah blah blah. That was my partner. Look at all these skills popping up. That's some really good food for thought there to get that going, get the certification skills going. I think they just launched that. Well, I know they had it for a while, but I think they're maybe trying to push it more on these. So just some food for thought there. Yeah, the thing is, like, I'm used to more of like marketing people sending in the proposals, so I feel like they're more keen on selling themselves. The engineers, I think we can really help. Yeah, because again, this is just a copy and paste situation. What have you done? Hello, blah blah blah. Yeah, again, small, big, and copy and paste. Not that awesome. Let's keep going. Yeah, I mean, this more of this should be in here, and this should be more like humanized. I almost prefer this than some of the copy and pasted ones, but it's not that awesome. But this is what you see there. You're kind of up against, because a lot of people just copy and paste, and I think that works sometimes, but it's really not what I'm really looking for. And we did hire someone for this project. Actually hired 2 people, and you can see who we passed over. So now I'm seeing, okay, he's resonating with me. I have a lot of work 3D expectations, and that's what we need. Like, we didn't even need the CAD stuff yet. It needed to be technical, but really what we wanted to do is get some technical drawings made from sketches, smaller, knows what we posted, and then also has a profile. So this is honestly much better than the other ones that I've been seeing, because this person seems more human. I can see everything they do if I want to, and you can probably do better on the portfolio, but at least we're starting to break them out into categories. Yeah, a lot of copy and paste there. Hello, I've carefully reviewed your job post and content. I mean, it's almost like it's AI generated. These types of like weird letters where they best regards and stuff like that. You really want to keep the conversation feeling like a message back and forth, because if you get the message back, you can schedule a time. You can use the calendar, the built-in appointment setter, and that's really the first KPI that you should care about, is getting a response, because that opens the door for two-way communication. You can't message a client unless they respond. This was terrible. I can help you. Wow. Yeah, so as you see, most people just copy and paste. This person read the job, and you can tell, we can offer you full scale design, product rendering, and prototyping. It's exactly what we were talking about in the job posting. So I know that Kirill read it, and that's nice. And then you go to his portfolio and you see all the stuff. Here you go. Guys, look how easy it can be. Oh, I know Kirill's a human. I know that he read this thing. And here's his portfolio. Now, we didn't want to go through an agency, so I don't even know if we saw Kirill's original post, to be honest, because it was so far pushed down. But this is an example of someone that I would want to talk to, because again, I know that they read the job posting, and I know that they put some time into their profile. Now look at their portfolio. All these things listed out, hydraulic holder. This is much better than the other one. This is showing me different items, and I can quickly browse them versus going into one and seeing a million different photos. AI generated, well, I'm soon. It's too much here. You could have shrunk this down, I think, and just talked about the 2D plans and drawings, and probably be better. But I'm not sure what happened. and then it turned into like maybe some AI generated thing. I'm not sure, because you kind of say the same thing over and over again in here. I mean, this is nice to have all this information, but it's not necessary to include that here. Here we go. Hi, I'm very experienced in 3D product design and using SolidWorks, and I have successfully taken a lot of projects from sketches, like we talked about, into detailed 3D models for 3D printing, injection molding. You are guaranteed the most professional result with me on this job. Not necessary. You shouldn't have to say that, but it's pretty good. At least it's his profile is longer than the proposal, so that's good. But you got to add a lot more stuff here, because I am curious, but I would love more information. Get into the anecdotal situations. Get into the different products that you've created. Use the space, use the real estate on the profile. But good job here, having your portfolio underway. Good job with the reviews. So this is definitely pretty good, Emmanuel. And maybe we'll find one more. Notice how all these sound the same. They all sound. I had 5 years experience having this with that many years experience. Like, you shouldn't really need to do that. I'm a mechanical engineer, 11 years experience, plastic product, blah, 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 blah. We don't have plastic. We don't care about wood. Automatic system, we don't care about. This is what we care about, but now we're talking about sheet metals, all this other stuff, completely not necessary. And then look, this is like basically the same size as this. So, here's another example of not that awesome. And then when you go to all work, mechanical engineering, it's even less. So you really got to put some more effort into these different items within your profile. I will start there. I think you guys are getting the point about what we're looking for when we're hiring. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.